So happy to be on with you, giving you a chance just to hop on real quick. I want to touch base with you and give you some information regarding our Empowered to Win Back to School Conference. I'm going to give it just a couple minutes, see if anybody hops on. If not, I'm going to be posting this so that folks can know what's good, what's going on, what classes we got going on, what we're doing that Saturday, all the blessed opportunities we have to impact our young people. As you come in the room, please make sure you holler at your boy. I want to know that you're on. I want to know that you can see the post. I want to know that you can hear your boy nice and loud and clear. Come on, holler at me. Get in the comments real quick. I want to fill you in on our Empowered to Win Back to School Conference. It's time for our children to go back. Many of us, it's time for us to go back, get things rolling in the area of education. And so we really want to encourage you. I'm going to give about 60 more seconds. Hey, Pam, how you doing? Good to see you. God bless you, Sister Pam. Come on, as you come in the room, holla at your boy. Tell me what's good. I just want to fill y'all in about our Empowered to Win Back to School Conference. So make sure you're logging on real quick. You got another 30 seconds before I dig in, and just give you some information, some insight. I'm even going to share some of the content we're going to be sharing on. Excited. I'm excited about the impact we're getting ready to have. I'm excited about this school year, this point of education for our kids. Many of us are going back to school in person and haven't been able to do that for a long time. And kids ready to get about this house. Amen. And I know a whole bunch of folk who ready to get their kids about the house. But no, I do want to share some information. So hey, we are just excited under the direction of Pastor Daryl Cook to get to our Empowered to Win Back to School Conference. Listen, the Empowered Life CDC is just excited. God bless you, Sister Nessa. I see you on. We're excited to touch base and have impact with people. And so what we're going to be doing is this coming Friday, starting at 1 p.m., it's going to be an all-day affair. When I mean all day, I mean all day. This Friday at 1 p.m., we are going to be gathering together, and we are going to have our back-to-school conference. Now, this is a 2-day event. We're going to begin this Friday at 1 o'clock, which will take place. The meeting will take place at Glenwood United Methodist Church. It will take place at Glenwood United Methodist Church. We have so much great stuff going on. First of all, we're going to start with a great opening. We're going to do on-site registration. So if you aren't able to register your children online tonight, tomorrow, or Thursday, you can do that in person. We're going to have people who with computers there ready to register you and move from there. We'll have documentation for those of you who don't like computers. Also, after that, we're going to gather together. We got a special guest artist coming. I ain't dropping his name. I'm just excited about my boy being there and sharing with us. We got a guest artist open this up. Then we're going to drop a crazy icebreaker opening, and then we're going right into our classes. Now, what I'm excited about is the litany of teachers we have coming in. We're going to be dealing with some content such as, number one, we're going to talk about fighting to win. The reality of our young people is you got to fight. In your faith, you got to fight. Sister Pam, you got to fight, whether it be out in dealing with family stuff or dealing with your own issues or dealing with your own feelings. Everybody, we got to fight. And so it's not a question of if we fight. The question is, are we fighting and able to win? So we have a very special guest. Sister Nikki Page is going to be leading our class on Empowered. We're talking about fighting to win. And what we're going to talk about is the realization that it's not a question of if I win, but it's a question of how and who I fight. And so we're going to talk about, what do I do to address an issue that's coming to me? How do I deal with a teacher that is toxic and negative? How do I deal with peers who are toxic and negative or bullying? How do I deal with those other things and make sure that my methods and my choices on how I fight don't get in my own way? I don't want to respond in aggression to the bully and then I become the one who's in the principal's office. I don't want to respond to the naysayers and negative people around me and figure out and get in my own way, so I'm killing my own objective. So we're going to empower our kids to fight successfully. That's what Nikki Page. Also, Pastor Curtis Jones Jr., excuse me, is going to be coming. He's going to be teaching our young people how to maintain their motivation in a crazy world. If you're like me, you have seasons where your motivation is on 1,000 and it seems like there's nothing you can accomplish. You're focused, you're locked in, you just feel the motivation internally, can't even get as much sleep as you want because you're so excited about what you're working on. But then there's other seasons where the motivation wears off. There's times where you just don't feel like it. The weight of life experiences at the present time are frustrating you and draining you. And so what we want to teach our kids is how to develop some consistency, how to develop disciplines. When motivation isn't working, discipline becomes active. When I'm not feeling motivated, when I don't feel that internal drive, when I don't feel like accomplishing, getting up, doing something, it's discipline that moves me into positive activity so I can produce what I need to produce, even when I don't feel motivated. So we're going to be talking about how to maintain your motivation in a crazy world. Also, along those same lines, we have a class called I'm Not Okay. It's a real class that's going to touch base with meeting our kids where they are and recognizing the mental health challenges they face. Whether you believe it or not, mental health is real. When you're talking about stress, that's mental health. When you're talking about emotional management, that's mental health. When you're talking about anxiety and depression, that's mental health. When you're talking about particular diagnoses, ADD, ADHD, and all these other formats and issues, PTSD, and you're talking about RAD, reactive attachment disorder, and you're talking about all these other things, when you're talking about stress, when you're talking about trauma, when you're talking about grief, when you're talking about loss, all these are real mental health issues that must be addressed. But the problem is, especially in our community, African American community, and those abroad, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to touch on it. That crazy uncle has just always been crazy. But what we're starting to realize is there are mental health diagnoses that point to these core issues, and our children are experiencing trauma like never before. Their friends are dying in the streets. One of their friends just recently drowned, a awesome young man, sweet young man, just recently drowned. There's kids who are dying, getting shot down in the street. There's been murders, there's been violence, there's all these different issues and tensions that our kids are dealing with, and we're not really addressing them from the mental health standpoint. Pastor Cook will tell you, everything is not a spirit. There are natural things that we have to address too, so we have holistic living and a balanced approach. So we have Sister Tasha Cook, who is the wife of Corey Cook. She's going to be coming and leading a group called I'm Not Okay, pointing out the issues that our children face with their mental health. And they're also going to leave with a toolkit. Every teacher has the instruction to develop a toolkit. In other words, it's some gathered resources that they're going to bring together to empower our kids for when they get out of here, when they're not in the classroom anymore, when there's nobody raising their hand to answer the teacher's question. Then they're going to have to put rubber to the road. And so we're going to give them toolkits in order to accomplish that. But not only that, we have a class called Empowering an Angry Child to Succeed. If you're online and you have a loved one who is very angry and you see them engage in very toxic and destructive behaviors, this class is for you. If you're a child who is struggling with your anger and your frustration, we're going to have a class for you. If you're a parent who's who's calling your youth pastor or calling your pastor and you're saying, hey, I don't know how to deal with the frustration of my child, their behaviors and their patterns, and you're saying, I need help, this class is for you. We're going to equip you to deal with the frustration and anger of your child. We're going to be challenging you to recognize things like cues, reducers, reminders, triggers. We're going to talk about the ABCs of anger. We're going to talk about anger as a secondary emotion. We're going to talk about how a brain functions when it has consistent trauma. We're going to talk about the natural reactions of the human brain when placed under stress. We're going to talk about we're going to put together a toolkit that you can work through with your child on how to handle their anger. It's going to be a safety plan. You're putting together a safety plan with your child. We're literally equipping you to help your child navigate their anger in a successful way so they do not interfere with their own success. We also have a hygiene course for women, for young ladies, that's going to be brought on by the AKAs. We also have a class on drama. A special guest is coming up all the way from Harrisburg, and he's going to be leading a group on drama, those who like to act and what that looks like. And we just have so much brewing. After our classes, we're going to have dinner. We're going to connect with our kids. We're going to play some fun games. Then after that, we just got an awesome movie that is going to encourage our kids. They're going to enjoy it for entertainment, but they're going to blossom from there, and then we'll close the night. But on Saturday, we have such an awesome time set up. If you want your child age 12 and up to be vaccinated, come join us on Saturday. Now, this location won't be Glenwood United Methodist. This location will be where we have worship, where Christ Community worships. It will be at 923 East 6th Street. 923 East 6th Street is where we're going to have this. And we're going to be we're going to do on-site vaccinations. We're going to do on-site testing for ages 12 and up. There's just going to be so much going on. We're going to have some snacks out there. There's going to be some sweets out there. There's going to be some fun stuff to do out there. We're going to have presentations. We're going to have tables set up with information and resources. And lastly, we're giving away back to school resources. So listen, I just wanted to hop online and let you know that you don't want to miss this weekend. Now, if you're online and if you want to see if you're going to watch the replay, very soon, in about the next 15-20 minutes, I'm going to be posting our registration form online for Friday. I'm going to be posting that. I want you to hop on in Google Docs. You're going to just click on that link. It's going to take you to our documents. You can register your child right where you are online. You can do it on a cell phone. You can do it on your laptop. You can do it on your desktop. You can do it on a tablet. Some questions we have to make sure we get kids registered. I need you to register because our teachers need to gauge how many resources they need to bring for their toolkits. They need to gauge how many kids to prepare for. We have all these classes. We got classes from 3 to 5. I got to learn how to divide kids. We got our hygiene class coming. We got food we're preparing. I need to know how many we're going to have. So look for the Google Docs links, but don't be afraid. If you don't find a link, just bring your child. We can register. We're doing registration from 1 to 2. We're doing registration from 1 to 2. So you can register on Friday. You can sign up on Friday. And we need to know how many of you want to be vaccinated so we have enough resources on site. I'm getting ready to get off the line, but I just wanted to touch base with you and encourage you to make sure you get your kids present for the Empowered to Win Back to School conference. We got so much going on, and we're just excited to have some real impact, and we pray God continue to bless you, that you continue to win in God and see his will be done in your life. All right, until next time, y'all take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.